everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and in today's video we're going to be talking about some facts you probably don't know about the longshoremen strike. Now this is actually something that's ongoing, so by the time you watch this video some things might change, it might be over, but currently at the filming of this video there's actually a strike happening on a lot of the ports on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast, and it's all about the International Longshoremen Association going on strike. Their main two things that they're going on strike about is going to be how much money they make and the protection of their jobs from automation and automated vehicles itself. But a lot of people probably know that already. I kind of went into the details to see, okay, what is actually something that most people don't know about and how can we shed light on the subject. So the actual wages that they're trying to increase is going to be about 7% wages. The average salary now of a longshoreman member is going to be about $81,000 a year. But a lot of them actually do overtime, which means they can be making over $200,000 a year. So when I first heard that, I'm like, wow, they're making that much money and they want to make even more? I respect that. That's cool. Capitalism, I'm all up for that. And their result of that is, yeah, because all of a sudden the companies they work for started increasing prices, but they never got an increase at the same time. So I can kind of see where they're coming from there. The other thing that they're trying to prevent is actually automation that's happening with the actual jobs to make sure that their jobs stay long term. Now, that being said, what are some facts that you probably did not know about this itself? This is all on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast. And the one thing that was interesting to me when I was doing the research is about 2 out of 3 exports are actually coming out of the East Coast. So that means a lot of people think this is going to mess up stuff coming into the country, and it definitely is. It's going to mess up the supply chain for truck drivers, it's going to mess up the supply chain for manufacturers and all that stuff. But the one thing that people are not thinking about is the exports leaving the country. So when you actually take the East Coast compared to the West Coast, East Coast actually has a lot more exports than the West Coast has a lot more imports. When you think about it, East Coast is closer to Europe, and there's a lot more manufacturing plants in Europe. For instance, there's manufacturing plants in the US than there is necessarily in Europe. For instance, in South Carolina, they actually make BMWs in a plant down there. They ship those BMWs to Europe because they're not that big of land in actual Europe itself. So understanding that it's actually hurting US companies by them going on strike itself. Now, what does this actually mean to the trucking industry? Depending on how long this actually takes, this can actually cause a big interruption into the supply chain issue, which now might cause something like COVID again. A lot of truck drivers are talking about, hey, rates are down, rates are down. This might be the thing that's going to flip things over and actually flood the market, and all of a sudden there's going to be so much job out there and people need to get their stuff moved from point A to point B, so they're going to be willing to actually pay more money for it. So it might be a great thing for truck drivers itself, and it's also going to set a precedent on how they handle this compared to other industries, because automation is scary for a lot of different industries, and something like a port, when you're actually thinking about it, is the same thing as an outdoor warehouse. All they're doing is taking things from a boat. Instead of a warehouse, they're taking things from the back of a truck, and now they have a contained space so they can actually have automated vehicles around to actually simplify a lot of the processes and get things done a lot more efficiently. Now, when you're thinking, hey, if automation is going to be at the ports, are they actually going to be with trucks, and am I going to lose my job as a truck driver? That is where I think we're about 15 years out before that actually happens, simply because it's not a structured environment. You go to an Amazon warehouse itself, you're going to see a lot of automated robots moving things around. Port, like I said, same exact thing, just an outdoor space. When you actually take those containers off on the road itself, then that's when things get a lot more tricky, because now you have a lot of human element and a lot of different conditions that automation is definitely not there to be able to handle. But I respect them. They're standing up for what they want. They got enough of them together to actually pull this thing out, and we shall see how this thing plays out. What do you think in the comments below? Should they be asking for that much more of a raise? Is there a concern with automation? I would love to hear your guys' comments and concerns. And if you're a port worker and you want to actually make some money on the side while you guys are on strike, come on over. We can help you get a CDL license, no big deal. You probably understand how to back up trailers because you're kind of a yard jockey in there. And not all port workers actually need a CDL license, as a fun fact, because again, it's a contained environment. It's private property. They're never going on the actual road itself. So if you're already backing up trailers, use this time off of work. Come on in, get your CDL license. We can get you in and out as soon as possible. Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com, so we can actually help you out. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.